So, back for another episode of Fun Conventional, bringing it back. Haven't done one since Generation 8, this is going to be the first one of Generation 9. So, if you are newer to the channel and are unsure what Fun Conventional is, that's actually going to be the majority of you at this point, because my channel's over doubled since the last Fun Conventional. Basically what it is I choose a underused Pokemon, build a team around it, and then do some battles with it. So, the plan going forward is to do the duos Monday to Friday, to do the Fun Conventional on Saturday, then I've still got Sunday. I might just take a rest day on Sunday, but also, if there's something else that I could do to fill that gap, that would be ideal. So if you've got any suggestions on what I could be doing, because I don't necessarily want to just do all 7 days of all battles, like I still could, but the idea is Monday to Friday is the duos, Fun Conventional on the Saturday, and then Sunday is something else. So please do give any suggestions of what you would like to see on the channel in that seventh slot. Also, with the Fun Conventional, please do vote on the Pokemon that you want to be featured in the next Fun Conventional. Currently, there is no votes to do. There will be going on future episodes. But basically, for this first one, because I just chose Slitherwing, I will go into the comments and see what is the most liked comment saying, I want to see this Pokemon. I will use that one for the next week, and then following that, I will take the 3 most liked on the previous Fun Conventional, and do 3 comments of my own in the Fun Conventional video, then you go and like whichever one you want, and then the most liked of that will get it, and then we'll just keep on going with that one. So, Slitherwing is going to be the one to start off with. Not really used too much, but it's going to be very similar to Roaring Moon. They both have basically as strong acrobatics as each other, because Slitherwing and Roaring Moon have basically the same attack. Roaring Moon's just 4 base higher, which is really not that much. You get to bulk yourself out with Bulk Up, which is something Roaring Moon can't do. And then you get extra coverage with Close Combat that is definitely better than Crunches. Basically, I've just taken the Grimmsnarl and Nasty Plot Spectria team. Just changed a few things. Like I've replaced, basically the Moltres was replaced with the Slithering. I've also replaced the Gastron with the Tatsugiri, because I prefer offense to defensiveness. So I got on with the offensive Tatsugiri as the Storming Pokemon here, and I put Thunderwave on Grimmsnarl just as a personal preference over the Parting Shot. Also, Golden goes now with a Nasty Plot 1 instead of choice specs, because Tatsugiri has the choice specs. So if you are interested in using the team ID is in the top right, as well as the Pokepaste down in the description. Let's get into some games. Unbundled is a Pokemon that hasn't been around for a little while. Like, it's fallen off a lot since Regulation B and C, but it's still definitely a good Pokemon. So what do they have against Slitherwing? Like, one of the rules of Fun Conventional is I have to bring the Fun Conventional Pokemon to every single game. So, Slitherwing is not too bad. It's not great against Goldengo. Like, Goldengo is one of the main things that beats Slitherwing, so I need to be careful of that. I think I do want to be going Screens here. Screens is good. Now, if I were to lead with the Slitherwing, then I really just don't have anything for the Goldengo, and if they are Nasty Plot, then they just set up and sweep me. So, I think I will leave Slitherwing in the back. I need something that does pressure the Goldengo. Thinking my own Arcanine, but then if they leave Urshifu, that's not great, but then I can Terra Grass, I guess. But I do have the Tatsugiri that can scare them off. Do I just go with the Spectria thing? I think I'll just go with the Spectria thing. That's fine. And then I have to bring Slitherwing. Arcanine is alright. I think I want Tatsugiri here. Yeah, I'll go with that. You know, say one of the rules is that you have to bring the Fun Conventional Pokemon to every game. Like, that may change. Like, that's a cool trainer card. That may be a rule that doesn't have to be enforced. Like, if people have opinions on whether I should be bringing the Fun Conventional Pokemon to every single game, even if it totally sucks, then that is something that I would like to hear in the comments as well. So, there is said Goldengo. So I will absolutely light screen here, but can I get away with a Nasty Plot, given they can go for a Tailwind and Nasty Plot of their own and then just blow me back? Is it worth just getting the damage into the Goldengo with Shadow Ball? Going for Terra Fairy as well is a little bit awkward, given that they just make it rain and do massive damage. I'm going to be greedy and I'm going to Nasty Plot. They're not going to Tailwind and Nasty Plot themselves. They didn't Terra, so they were fine just taking a Shadow Ball. Yep, there's the Nasty Plot, and here comes the Tailwinds, and I can't Thunderwave the Goldengo. Oh, it's just Thunderbolt, that's okay. Because that's not much, don't you dare. Nice. Okay, so can't Thunderwave either of them. I can Spirit Break the Zapdos. Do I predict the Gholdengo Protect here? Because if I do and they attack, that goes horribly wrong, because then I only have Tatsugiri that can hit it. I think it is safer just to attack the Gholdengo. Like, I'm fully expecting a Protect here. But I think this is still the correct play. Yeah, there is the Protect, so... If this is the Tailwinds, then that was good of them for stalling it out one turn, because then... Now they get the, like, kind of the extra turn of Tailwind here. Because they're wasting a turn now. Here comes the Tailwinds. There you go. So, obviously that should have been the attack into the Zapdos there, and now I'm kind of screwed. So, Rocky Helmet as well. Yeah, that's what you would expect on Zapdos, because that's one of the main ways of countering the Rapid Strike Urshifu. So, like, Static and Rocky Helmet. That's Zapdos is, like, kind of main niche at this point. But that was a pretty obvious Protect. I should have gone for the Shadow Ball in Zapdos. I'm not sure if that would have KO'd, because it's only +2, and Zapdos has very respectable bulk. If this is a Make It Rain, then Spectria might be able to survive a Shadow Ball afterwards. But yeah, just another Shadow Ball, that's okay. So I would be inclined to Terra Fairy here. But if they Make It Rain on this turn, that's really bad. Because only at +1. It is lefties, okay. So if I go for Terra Fairy and they Make It Rain, then that's completely wasted. The issue is not being able to Thunder Wave them. Like, if I could just Thunder Wave them, that would be nice, but I can't. So do I expect another Shadow Ball, or is it just Make It Rain and Thunderbolt KO the Spectria? I'm not going to Terra. I'm going to save it. That might be a mistake. But they were going for their own Terra. If they're turning into a Water type, that would be ideal. If they're turning into Steel type, that's actually okay as well, because I can close combat that. But that's a Water type. Okay, so I can now deal with the Gholdengo. Thank you very much. I'm okay with that. And is the light screen going to save me here? I didn't think so. However, now Slitherwing can actually do something. Yeah, that's not much at all. Should have Spirit Break the Gholdengo, but too late. Now, I'm inclined to go Tatsugiri first, because then I can Draco surely KO the Gholdengo. It's choice specs. If I don't, a bit awkward. However, attacking the Zapdos, like going for Muddy Water might be preferable, because then they could just Tailwind again otherwise. But that doesn't matter, because they outspeed both my Pokemon anyway. And the Zapdos is kind of useless. I'm going to go for Tatsugiri, and I'm going to go for the Draco KO into the Gholdengo. And I will Spirit Break as well, just as a follow-up. And let's Draco into Gholdengo. We all know my record with Draco Meteors on I was going to say it's Believe in Boys. This is a fun conventional. Luck is different on fun conventionals. Right? Also, I'm pretty sure it's going to just fall short of the KO on the Gholdengo. Because it is basically back at full HP after all the leftovers. Yeah, Make It Rain, Grimmsnarl's gone, but Tatsugiri doesn't take much. They're -2 on the Zapdos, so that also doesn't take much. And now Tatsugiri is going to just blow back this Gholdengo. Right? Right? Tatsugiri? Again, this is going to do not so much damage. Really not much. And it hit. Nice and strong. We'll never know. We will never know. It always happens. Like I'm not complaining. But it always happens. I always crit when I want to know if something's going to KO or not. Like, I wasn't sure if that Draco KO'd, and I would have loved to have known. But, alas. There we go. I mean, I'm locked into Draco for the rest of the game with the... Ooh, that's good. Yeah, that's good, because I've EV'd my Slitherwing to KO every single Amoonguss. Unless they're max defense, then it's a tiny roll. But for the most part, Slitherwing's going to get that Amoonguss. Who outspeeds? I'm pretty sure my Slitherwing outspeeds, right? Yeah, it does. So, Terra Acrobatics. KO the Amoonguss. Don't be Sash. Draco's going to be enough to KO the Zapdos here. They're -2 on the Zapdos as well, so even a Thunderbolt into the Slitherwing won't do much. So even though I played that early game pretty poorly, like, should have predicted the Protective Golden Ghost, it was happening every single time, this is actually a pretty reasonable position. So long as it's not like a speedy Amoonguss and they Tailwind and then Amoonguss suddenly outspeeds the Slitherwing. It shouldn't. You only need a little bit to outspeed this Slitherwing if you get Tailwind, but this KOs every single Amoonguss. Don't you dare. Don't you dare be a speedy Amoonguss. It is not. Nice. So this should be a double KO. Because that's gone. And then Tatsugiri. Thank you kindly with your Draco Meteor. Nice. And even -2, that should be enough because Choice Specs. Nice. So Tatsugiri is kind of useless, but I've got a whole Pokemon that's still got its Terra. And a little bit of chip with Draco as well. Did they have any fairies? I've forgotten. Arcanine. Okay. That I should... No, I was going to say if it was regular Arcanine, then I'd have been okay. However, now they get to Rock Move my Slitherwing. Not ideal. I need to dodge. If I could switch up to Muddy Water, that would be lovely. But I'm Choice Specs, so it's alright. This Draco's going to crit. Rock Slide's not going to KO. No, that's not going to KO. Don't you dare. Nice. And nice. Booster energy is enough. Let's go. Slitherwing in the back. So I played that terribly at the beginning, but look at that. Slitherwing pulling back the comeback. Very good start for the Fun Conventional there. I would be curious if that Draco would have KO'd the Golden Go, but of course, I'm cursed. We'll never know. Ooh, Orthworm. I haven't seen many Orthworms in Regulation D. It was successful in Regulation C. Won a regional. Won 2 regionals. Anyway. Right, Slitherwing is okay here. It's fine. Could be better. What do I have against Orthworm? Can go for Muddy Water, and that would probably... No, that would just activate the Citrus Berry, and then it would just be able to Shed Tail. I don't think I have a true way of stopping that. Grimmsnarl is still slightly worth it just to spam Thunder Waves and match the Thunderous's Thunder Waves. I'd say that Golden Go's probably a good lead here. Have to bring Slitherwing, of course. And then Arcanine is okay. Spectria is okay. It's between these two. I'm going to bring Spectria. Tatsugiri's still pretty strong. And it would have helped against Wave Crashes from the Basculegion, but the main point is... That's a cool trainer card. The main point is the Last Respects, so it doesn't really stop that. See, that's okay. That's Thunderwave straight into the Flutter Mane immediately, right? Or is it a Light Screen? Or is it a Reflect? Is it Speed or Special Attack? It's Special Attack. Good. That's the good one. So, Thunderwave Make It Rain would do well here. And that should allow my Grimmsnarl to survive whatever is thrown at it. If they commit the Terra Water immediately with the Flutter Mane, fair enough. I think this is reasonable, because Grimmsnarl should survive. Like, that's okay. Grimmsnarl makes it through the turn. But that was a very solid Protect. Obviously, Reflect and Nasty Plot was the best play there, but that would have been way too risky in my opinion. But reasonable to assume Protect, given that this is an Earthquake. And here's the Weakness Policy that I do actually really like on Golden Go and don't have. But, there we go. Okay, that's definitely AV, given that that was a crit. So again, do I prioritize any screen, or do I paralyze the Fluttermane? Because Fluttermane could just switch out here. But if it does, again, Grimmsnarl survives the turn. Just another Make It Rain. Put the Fluttermane in range of just Shadow Ball. Yeah, it does switch out. So screens again would have been better. If this is Thunderous, then yeah, it is. People never bring Thunderous in the back. They always lead it. So they played this early game very well. Because I've just wasted my Golden Go. Because here's another EQ. And Grimmsnarl is so low at this point, and I kind of need to rely on the Spectria to beat Thunderous because my Slitherwing can't do it. But they're going to be able to Thunderwave me, and that's a bit awkward. And I didn't Thunderwave the Fluttermane, so not ideal. Get a Reflect here. I do need a nasty block. But things are falling apart pretty quickly. At least that, like, I was obviously going to be speed controlled there, but I prefer Scary Face because then I don't have the full power chance. That's fine, because I was always expecting just to take that. Now, are they going to have Eerie Impulse as well? Because Eerie Impulse is entirely reasonable to have on Thunderous. Like, do I Terra here? To just avoid... There's no point in avoiding an Earthquake. It would just be to avoid a Terra Blast from Landorus. But if I Terra with the Slitherwing, I can't Terra with the Spectria. I think it's still correct, though. But I need to KO the Thunderous this turn so that the Terror is effective, because I can't just allow them to Wild Bolt, Storm, or Thunderbolt me. So this isn't ideal. If I'd have set both screens up, and the first two turns if I'd have reflected and light screened, that would have been amazing. Like, if I still have my screens, I'd be feeling somewhat comfortable, but without them, and no Thunderwave, like Grimmsnarl and Golden Go were effectively wasted. There is the Wild Bolt Storm, so yeah, you see that does loads of damage. It's going to activate the Citrus Berry. And the Reflect should save the Spectria from EQ, but I am so low at this point that... And yeah, they outspeed as well. Ah, but we're living. The Reflect saves me. Oh no, my Slitherwing outspeeds. That's not ideal. Forgot about that, because obviously I've been scary-faced. At least the Thunderous is definitely KO'd, but yeah, this fell apart very quickly. So Golden Go seemed like it would have been a good lead, but the targeting down the Fluttermane was my downfall there. If I'd got the screens, Golden Go would probably have still been alive a couple of turns, and I wouldn't be in the red and all this with these Pokemon. So, like, dodge the Rock Slide forever, right? Like, they just Dazzling Gleam and Rock Slide and they win. So this Protect is kind of pointless, but if they Shadow Ball okay, and then I dodged the Rock Slide, yes, like, I'm going for my outs, even though it's incredibly unlikely, but you should always go for the outs. Because this Rock Slide's going to miss, and I'm going to KO the Fluttermane, and then I've still got the chance. Go for your outs. Go for your outs. Like, it's still not looking good, but go for your outs. And what's the last? Something that's slower than Spectria. Yeah. There's no chance now. There wasn't a chance on the turn prior, but there really is no chance. So I'll Acrobatics, I'll Shadow Ball, and I will just get KO'd to Last Respects twice, even if they if I dodge another Rock Slide, fair enough. This seems a bit unnecessary. I feel like this animation is wasting some time. Fairy's a good Terra on Basculegion. But I'm going to assume they outspeed both my Pokemon with both their Pokemon. Oh, I dodged another Rock Slide. Play to your outs. And we're living that. Play to your outs. Whoa. Slitherwing is faster. What? I mean, I'm scary face. Is that Slitherwing? Oh, if it was Slitherwing. Oh, Slitherwing's faster though. If I crit the acrobatics. Come on, Slitherwing. Yeah, bulk up Morning Sun's pointless last respects. 200 base power easily gets me. Just be strong, Slitherwing. I haven't been intimidated by the Landorus. I might be strong. Oh, they have Acrojet. Yeah. Rip. They're not banded. Oh, if they were banded or anything. That was closer than it should have been. Like, if I would have reflected or light screened, I would have, like, clearly based on all those interactions, I'd have been okay. But obviously, I dodged a load of rock slides. So, I got lucky to be in that position. So it's a shame they weren't choiced on the Vascular Legion. Oh, it's sand. Not a fan of sand, because I always flinch. Like, you've seen my luck. But paralyzing the Lycan Rock might be a good idea. However, it would still outspeed everything regardless. Even the Spectria. So, screens are still good here. Arcanine would be good to intimidate, but it's weak to rock. Golden Go is very good here. I'm gonna leave with Golden Go. Slitherwing has to come, and Slitherwing's actually pretty reasonable here. And finally, Tatsugiri is decent. Don't like Spectria at all. Arcanine is good for Intimidate. Like, Arcanine is good here. And if the Tornadus is taken care of, Terra Grass is pretty good on Arcanine as well. Yeah, I'm going to bring Arcanine. Like, Tatsugiri is still decent here as well, though. It's a cool trainer card. I do like Screamtail. Screamtail is now, like, one of my favorite new Pokemon. Okay, just Rambogar stuff. That's okay. However, they tend to only really have Shadow Sneak. Like, Power Whip doesn't do much, so I'm just going to reflect a Nasty Plot. And I'm not even going to Terra. Like, Terraing would be terrible, because then they'd be able to Power Whip me. But it tends to just be Shadow Sneak. And to be fair, the Tailwind would go first, then the Shadow Sneak would go second, before my Reflect. So actually, it would do very respectable damage. And they're using their Terra turn 1, which is fine. So long as this isn't Ghost and Terra Blast. But it's Ground. That's still not ideal. It's a tiny bit better than Ghost, but it's not ideal, because this is shortly going to be a Terra Blast then. Yeah, Tailwind. Here's the Wind Rider. And if this is Terra Blast, that's okay actually, because then it won't be Shadow Sneak. Because Reflect goes first and I'll live. However, I can't Thunder Wave that Brambleghast now. There's the Terra Blast. Oh no. Okay, how much? Oh, way too much. That was a completely wasted Nasty Plot. Right, Terra Ground there was not good, because I can't Thunder Wave. Like, if I could Thunder Wave, that'd be alright. Although Slitherwing's looking better now. Because it can avoid that Terra Blast. Alright. Spirit Break to break a Focus Sash. Light Screen for Bleak Wind Storms. Thunder Wave the Tornadus. Grimmsnarl is still reasonable here. Do I predict a double up into the Grimmsnarl, predicting my Protect? I would assume they can't KO my Grimmsnarl here. So I think I want to break a potential Focus Sash. What was it I brought? Slitherwing and what? An Arcanine, okay. Oh yeah, I definitely need to start dealing with that then. So yeah, Spirit Break. And it's an obvious Protect, but I don't think they can KO my Grimmsnarl this turn. They definitely can't KO my Grimmsnarl this turn, right? And there's their own Golden Go. Okay, not ideal. Ooh. Interesting. So, like, just thinking through that turn while that switch was happening, I could have gone for the Terra Water there to survive a Terra Blast, but yeah, now Phantoforce definitely gets my Golden Go. And if I Terra, I don't think I survive, and they're going to make it rain as well. Is it worth terroring with the Grimmsnarl just to live? I don't think so. I will light screen here, and do I just lose both Pokemon? I think I do. It's definitely light screen. But then they can just nasty plot this turn. But there's nothing I can do about it. And if they do nasty plot, I don't use the Grimmsnarl, so then it won't be as bad. So I'm just going to attempt to... Like, I lose the Golden Go, doesn't matter what I do. Unless they, for some reason, targeted the Grimmsnarl. Predicting my Terra Ghost, that would be next level, but... Yeah, Phantom Force definitely KOs. And then is it Make It Rain or Nasty Plot? It is just Make It Rain, okay. So single target definitely KOs through Light Screen, no chance. And Life Orb, okay. Right, so what's the way around of doing it then? I have to Terra the Arcanine, else I get blown back by Terra Blast. Even Intimidated and Reflect. So Slitherwing has to stay... Yeah, Slitherwing, Acrobatics is the... Or maybe Close Combats. I know, because, like, this is not good, because I have to Terra the Arcanine, else I get KO'd to Terra Blast, but if I do, both are weak to Flying, and Tornadus Bleak Wind Storms me. So that doesn't work. Yeah. I think I'm somewhat pinned here. Yeah, the Terra Ground has been very bad for me on Brambleghast. Like, at least the Golden Go is -1, but it has to be Arcanine that beats the Golden Go, because Slitherwing can't. Yeah, because as soon as I Terra Grass, then... Like, do I have to bank on Arcanine surviving a Terra Blast? It would be back to neutral, but it's still effectively a stab hit, so it doesn't work. So I will Acrobatics the Brambleghast, and I will Flare Blitz with a Terra. I have to Terra, and then I have to dodge the Tornadus. But this is not ideal here. Not sure how common you would consider ground on Brambleghast. The coverage is pretty good. And it makes you immune to Thunder Wave, which is annoying. Okay, that's something. Yeah, that's not much. Like, the Tornadus is the big issue here. I mean, so's the Brambleghast, which is annoying. But that was effectively a wasted Terra. Because now they know that they shouldn't go for Terra Blast. And they just bring Tornadus and Bleak Wind Storm. So, like, obviously their Morning Sun was optimal, but that would have been quite a tricky play to go for, because then that just ignores the opponent. So they wasted turn going for Tailwind. They shouldn't. I need to dodge Bleak Wind Storms. Like, that's what it is, right? It's dodge Bleak Wind Storms. I can't see any other way out. Because they had me pinned type-wise. Because, like, if I go for Slitherwing... Well, to be fair, because they protected there, I could have potentially 1v3'd with the Slitherwing. Because they gave me the Golden Go. So depending on what's in the back, and I hope I get to find out, I shouldn't, but I hope I do, then Slitherwing maybe could have 1v4'd, or 1v3'd at that point. So that's probably what I had to rely on there. Like, I probably did need to rely on the fact that it's just Air Slash. Okay. So yeah, that's even more annoying that I didn't just go for Slitherwing there. So, although that would have given loads of chances to flinch me. Okay. Theoretically, I'm going to find out what their last Pokemon was then. Yeah, Extreme Speed's going to KO that. So they should just reveal their last Pokemon. So again, did I just get the Terra the wrong way round? And could have won with my Slitherwing? Because if I'd have saved it here, and not had the Grass Terra because they protected, Yeah, I'm living. Cool. Then Slitherwing potentially could have 1v3'd. What was it? So, kind of. Because I could have bulked up against... No, I'd have just CC'd against it. Then that would have reduced my defenses, though, and then maybe... I think I was still pretty pinned. They haven't tailwinded here, have they? I can dodge a Rock Slide. It's fine. Okay, don't even get to find out if they were Focus Sash on the Bramblegast. So, yeah. Like, that's what's unconventional... unconventional, unconventional. Terras can do in Best of 1. Again, this is Best of 1 closed ladder. No point complaining that I got Best of Wand. I'm playing a Best of 1 closed team sheet ladder. And I totally got Best of Wand. Garganacl's definitely disappeared. Still a good Pokemon, though. Like, just Terra Water it in the face of an Urshifu. Give it a Rocky Helmet. You're sorted. Salt Cure it. They turn into Terra Water. That's still good. Yeah, Garganacl definitely should still be used. Right, so back to this game. So, Golden goes pretty good here. But I don't want to lead it because then the Garganacl can just Salt Cure it immediately. Because I want to Nasty Plot to be very good, but then that's just the Salt Cure, and then I'm Steel or Water, and then the Salt Cure does a quarter. So, instead, how about we just lead with Slitherwing? That seems alright. Tatsugiri is good here, so long as Iron Bundle doesn't appear. Or even still... No, actually, it's very good here if Sizzle doesn't appear and I'm able to Terra Fairy. Because Fairy is good here. Then does that mean I need to go with Spectria? I need to have taken care of Sizzle first. The Golden Go is still very good here as well. As respect to the Garganacl. And then Arcanine's good for the Sizzle. Yeah, I think it is probably Arcanine, even though the bottom two are very good. Yeah, the bottom two are good, but oh well. I think bottom two are very good if they get to Terra, and ideally I would Terra my Slitherwing. That's a cool trainer card. I like Stonejourner. Yep, Garganacl straight away. So this is an incredibly passive lead. So I do just get to bulk up here, don't I? And Morning Sun will outpace the Salt Cure. It's worth Terroring straight away just because of the... No, because then I'll be weak to flying. I think, like, Spirit Break doesn't really concern me. They're forced to Terra straight away in the face of the CC, so that's good. And it should be Water in Regulation D, in my opinion. Ghost is fine. Ghost is fine. Like, because obviously Ghost has the synergy with Purifying Salt. But this is ideally just going to be screens from both and Salt Cure into the Slitherwing. Yep. Yep, just Salt Cure. That's fine. It's going to chip away, but I've got Morning Sun, so that outpaces them. So I will Spirit Break the Grimmsnarl here, and I will bulk up again. Is that greedy? No, because if they switch into something with a Grimmsnarl, like if they Parting Shot here, then I can just Thunder Wave whatever comes in next turn. And because I'm reflected and twice bulked up, Spirit Break is going to not do that much damage, and I'll be able to recover it off with a Morning Sun. I Speed Creeped out opposing Grimmsnarl with mine, so... Oh, it's not a two-shot though. That's not ideal. Yeah, just Spirit Break. Shouldn't do much. That's not much. And Soul Cure into the Grimmsnarl as well. Yeah, doesn't really matter. Now, this is where Morning Sun just recovers off all of their hard work. I will Spirit Break again, and I will Morning Sun. I guess I won't be doing that. That's not good. There goes my recovery. That's annoying. That's really annoying. Right, what to do now then? Is it worth going for... It's not worth going for the Terra, because then the Salt Cube would be super effective. Like that taunt is so annoying. Why didn't they do that on the turn they Spirit Breaks? Like, come on. Ah, right. So, Spirit Break can just KO the Grimmsnarl now. That's all good. They probably should Light Screen here. Now, do I Terra just to get the massive acrobatics into the Garganacle? So what did I have in the back? It was Golden Go and Arcanine. Would I need to Terra either of them? The Golden Go maybe, but not necessarily. Especially because I don't have Light Screen. But I'll be able to Light Screen next turn. So, Spirit Break here, I will Terra. Because it will do way more damage to the Garganacle. So obviously a big shame I didn't Terra Acrobatics that turn. Because this should two-shot the Garganacle even with a Reflector. Because I'm +2 against their Reflect. But, oh well. Yeah, there's the Light Screen. Might as well. Like, I'm probably doing the same the next turn. But this is still going to be massive damage, even though it's a Garganacle. Like, over half is good damage. It might have been worth not KOing the Grimmsnarl there. Like, I get to Thunder Wave whatever comes in. But, yeah, just don't go into Grimmsnarl again. That's fine. They're ignoring the Slitherwing. That's good. And that was that 23? Yeah, so I'll survive another 2 if I'm allowed to. It's Iron Bundle. I can Thunder Wave it, but can't slow it down enough. If it's Flutter Mane, then I should be able to Thunder Wave it, and... Okay, that's the Iron Bundle. No, it's the Flutter Mane. Okay, I still don't know my foreign names, it seems. So, definitely Thunder Wave here. Now, do I attack the Garganacle or the Flutter Mane? I'm going to attack the Garganacle, because if they protect the Flutter Mane and I just double into it, that's completely wasted. So, and they are on the verge of being KO'd here. Like, yeah, there you go. There's protecting my Flutter Mane. Is it double protect from them as well? It is, okay. That's okay. Because now I'll Thunder Wave and Acrobatics the Flutter Mane. Because they'll have to use up a turn. I was going to say waste there, but use up a turn going for Recover. And that would be okay. Because that would allow just one extra turn. Because the taunt's wearing off pretty soon, right? Yeah, I'll survive one more, so... No, I'll survive one more there as well. Because that was 25. And there's the taunt. So I can Morning Sun next turn if they ignore my Slitherwing. So I will attempt to Thunder Wave. And that, because Acrobatics won't KO the Garganacle now based on that damage previously. I will Thunder Wave and Acrobatics into Flutter Mane. It's going to be Focus Sash, and I'm going to be very sad. Although that wouldn't be the worst. It would definitely be manageable. But this should easily KO. It is indeed Focus Sash. That is a big rip. However, it's paralyzed, so it's not the worst. Okay, and yeah, Dazzling Gleam Recover is what's surely going to happen here. So then this would have to be Rock Slide and Nasty Plot. Right? And then just flinch the Garganacle so it can't Soul Cure. There's a Recover. Don't know if it's White Guy yet, yes or not. Is it optimal to go for Flare Blitz just in case they were to Wide Guard on my Rock Slide? Because obviously the Rock Slide puts the odds in my favour for them not to get off a Salt Cure. But that wouldn't be the worst thing. Right? Depends what's in the back. Okay, I don't think they should White Guard here. Because were I to make it rain and just Flare Blitz the Fluttermane, that's a completely wasted turn. So I'm going to do the slight risk of going for the Rock Slide. If it goes wrong, they're going to get fully paralyzed. Okay, so Rock Slide was optimal here. Because now I can get a Flinchy Boy on the Garganacl. I mean, I can't if I don't hit, but, you know, would have been nice. However, Golden Go is very limited with its turns now. It's got the leftovers to give me one more turn. Because I'm going to take 25%, but the leftovers will recover enough that I'll survive for 4 turns. So... how many turns of their light screens and all that do they have left? Oh, they still have 4 turns. That's not good. And who's faster? My Arcanine's faster than the Golden Go, isn't it? So, if I go for Rock Slide and Shadow Ball here into the Fluttermane, then the Shadow Ball would still KO them were they to White Guard. Okay, they tried to double protect, that's fair enough. But I missed something again. I mean, it is what it is. Because now that doesn't get redirected into the Garganacl. That would have been lovely, wouldn't it? I'm pretty sure Rock Slide was still very much optimal there, but what can you do? So now, if they have Iron Bundle in the back, then they basically just Hydro Pump me and then I won't be able to beat them quickly enough. If... what else was there? If it's Scizor, that's still okay, because I can Nasty Plot and Flare Blitz that. If it is... what's the last one? It's going to be the last one. Oh, my Reflect's gone as well. But their Reflect's gone too. It is Scizor. Okay, so this is definitely Nasty Plot and hope that I can beat the Garganacl quickly enough. They should go for the Bullet Punch into my Golden Go just to mean that I don't survive one more round of the Soul Cure. But they went into Arcanine for some reason, so that's okay. Well, actually no, because I'm going to Flare Blitz Recoil myself. So it is the 1v1 against the... against the Garganacl here. So is Golden Go going to be able to do it? I need to attack on the turn that they go for, well, they don't go for Protect, because like, they can Protect on any of these turns. Like, do I Nasty Plot again on that final turn? I think +4 should be enough, right? I mean, I've got time to do a calc, so I'm going to be cheeky here. So +4 two-shots them. There is any reason to go for +6? There would be, because then it would be an Oko. So it's this turn. Like, do I Nasty Plot for +6 for the guarantee KO as they Protect? Based on that HP, does the leftovers just save me? I'm not sure. And it should be Make It Rain here because it's stronger. Because of the Purifying Salt. No Protect. Nice. And it was strong enough. Let's go. So it wasn't max special defense on the Garganacl. That was close. And if that would have been Shadow Ball, that wouldn't have KO'd, so... nice, we take those. That was probably a roll as well. Like, if they were careful, Max, they'd have definitely lived, but if they're not careful, then it would have been a roll. So, that was very close indeed. Pretty standard. It's very physical, though. So, were Slitherwing to bulk up enough... okay. So, I do still see it as the Grimmsnarl lead. Although, to be fair, Arcanine straight away for Intimidate is not bad. to be fair, Arcanine Grimmsnarl is a reasonable lead here. Unless they lead with Urshifu. It's always a bit awkward, but then I can Terra Grass, but I don't want to have to commit to that. Instead, I think Grimmsnarl Spectru is a safer middle ground, bringing Slitherwing, because Slitherwing, and then Arcanine is still good here. Golden Go, again, is reasonable. Tatsugiri, it's alright. I'm bringing Arcanine. And then we'll see if they did lead with Urshifu, because if they did, then leaving Arcanine in the back is good. That's not a very good trainer card. And if they don't lead with Urshifu, then I could have easily got away with Arcanine as the lead. Okay, so, content with this then. So Reflect here is kind of pointless. Is it worth going for Terra Fairy with a Draining Kiss and a Spirit Break into the Urshifu? Possibly not, given that they could just go for Terra Water and avoid being weak to Fairy. But this Spectria should survive whatever there is thrown at it. So I will double up into this Urshifu, but with Shadow Ball instead, and save my Terra. You know, this is like Adamant Mystic Water Choice Band. No, Mystic Water Choice Band? That's not an item. Mystic Water or Choice Band is the sentence I was going for, with this obvious Terra Water. Then that could get the Spectria. That's going to do it. That's going to push it over the edge for sure. So, but they are not Choice Scarf, so I get a Shadow Ball into it. Is that enough for the Spirit Break? I would assume that's into the Spectria, right? Yeah. So that's, yeah. that's going to do it. That's going to do it. Citrus Berry won't save me here. But so long as Grimmsnarl is strong enough to KO this, actually it wouldn't matter because I can still go into Arcanine regardless, and if it doesn't KO, I Extreme Speed KO it. So that's still fine. Urshifu has been neutralized against my Arcanine, so that's good. Whether that's a KO now or just an Extreme Speed next turn. An Extreme Speed next turn. That's fine. So definitely Arcanine. And Spirit Break into the Tornadus. Stall out getting the screens turns. Light Screen straight away. Or was it there in the back? It was mainly physical though, wasn't it? It was only be Flutter Mane. And they've used the Terra now as well, so it's probably not Dragonite. I think I'm going to Spirit Break this turn. Yeah, just break any potential Focus Sash as well, and then just Extreme Speed, KO there. Urshifu, if it protects, doesn't really matter, that's just wasting a turn. So, Arcanine has been freed up a lot here. He says as Iron Hands immediately comes in, but oh well. Yeah, just Tailwind, that's fine. That didn't matter, you were outspeeding me with everything anyway apart from Iron Hands. So hopefully this is not Iron Hands. That was a good chunk. The Tornadus is kind of useless now, so it's Flutter Mane, that's still perfectly fine. If it is Iron Hands, that's the worst case. If it's Chien-Pao or Dragonite, Arcanine's looking really good. It's Dragonite. And they chose to bring it when they didn't have access to Terra. Now, would this be Stomping Tantrum then? Okay. I could go for Thunder Wave and Rock Slide here. Is there anything too wrong with that? Is Terra Grass worth it? It probably is. But I'm going to Light Screen instead. This opens me up to be weaker against the Fluttermane that could be in the back, but if it is Chien-Pao in the back, then I didn't want to Terra with my Slitherwing anyway. So assumedly this is a Stomping Tantrum. If it's an Outrage, then Grimmsnarl is still going to wall things. This shouldn't do much because of Assault Vest and Light Screen and Spirit Break. So Terra Grass is perfectly fine, and it's Iron Head, okay. That's not too bad, but that opens up some flinchy boys. Hit both, nice. And it's in the focus, nice. Like, I'm going to strongly assume it is locked into Iron Head. And it should be Chien-Pao, theoretically. It is indeed Fluttermane instead. So, Slitherwing does not have access to its Terra. It is a shame that I would have way preferred to Terra with the Slitherwing now, but here we are. Okay, a special attack. As far as I can see, it's just don't be a flinchy boy with the Arcanine and hit the Rock Slides. Right? Because they're going to KO my Slitherwing here. Assumedly, maybe. Might live without the Light Screen. If they doesn't Gleam, I will. But just don't flinch to Iron Head. I'll just lose Slitherwing because I used the Terra incorrectly, assuming it would be Chien-Pao in the back. Because I would have assumed that if they used their Terra, they would have brought Dragonite only if it was Dazzling Gleam. That's not going to KO. So then I should win, even if I'm a flinchy boy, because we're living. And hit both. So nice. Game over. Should have been Moonblast. Oh, that's perfectly fine then. So I use my Terra perfectly fine. Slitherwing, using the Terra instead of Terra Grass on the Arcanine was obviously more optimal given what they brought, but I thought it would be much more likely that they brought Chien-Pao given that they brought Dragonite and used the Terra on the Urshifu. But it worked out perfectly fine. So, use Slitherwing.